Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? How's everybody handling the crash of the century? Everybody's getting emotional out there. Everybody's freaking out a little bit. Guys, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know what everybody's upset about. Honestly, it's a DCA opportunity. We've seen far worse. This has happened since October. Believe it or not, this has happened 8 times since October. I showed yesterday in the live stream that this has happened 8 times since October, and yet people still freak out. Jerome Powell took a steamer on our heads. That's okay. That's fine. It is what it is. I don't think anybody thought that the market was going to respond as negatively as it did to the Fed saying what they said, because honestly, everyone was expecting them to say what they said. So I don't even understand. But anyway, let's get into the chat a little bit here. So, William, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. As always, guys, make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow, guys. It costs you nothing. It's the Christmas season, so spread a little holiday joy by clicking that subscribe button. Like I said, it's the gift that costs you absolutely $0. So it'd be greatly appreciated. Funky, I was expecting a dip, but wowzers, I'm still green but getting dry. Being on the hey man, hey DC, I'm starting to think about getting back into DCAing, man. Thinking about DCAing. Howdy also. Nice. I absolutely can't type. Please disregard my spelling. No problem. Colton, nothing like large dips to pucker the old butthole. Pucker, butt pucker. Yeah. No kidding. Aaron, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Paul's in the house. Just bought some turbo. Nice. Turbo is a good pickup right now. Absolutely, man. Jesse, looking bloody out there. No shot that 6 cents was the top. I'm still holding. Oh yeah, we shouldn't even be talking about whether we topped or not. That's not even under any level of consideration. Anyone peeped the video Coin Bureau released today about Japan is back? Pretty bullish. Yeah, they decided to stay flat with their rates and stuff too, eh? Very bullish. What's up, man? Dominic, good to see you, man. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Shane's in the house. What's going on, man? Green tea. What's up, man? Green tea. I got you. I got my green tea. Dumb money. Handling it well. That's how it's done, man. That's how it's done. Madness. The macho man. When's Jasmy getting dumped? I think we're pretty close to bottom. I mean, listen, we could come all the way down and retest. We could retest a 200-day SMA, to be honest with you. We could at 2 cents 5. It's possible. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm just saying it's entirely possible at this point, which is ironic because we're sitting here waiting for the Golden Cross to take place as well, as we see right here, right? So very, very ironic. Canadian, yes, sir. Yes, sir. KD3, broadcasting from my igloo, my friend. KD3, saw that. Kev, what's up, buddy? Hey, Robin Crypto fam, I'm 100% going to DCA tomorrow. My man, WF Capital in the house. I feel like I haven't seen you for a couple of days, brother. Where you been? You've been ducking me? You've been ducking me, boy. What's going on, man? Crypto Dog, love the videos. Well, I can't DCA Jasmy because I bought so low, but still added my bag yesterday and today. Nice. Volks, what's up, man? Good to see you. All right, so yeah, as we see, guys, we ended up falling below the 30-day SMA, which I didn't want to happen. But as I always say, guys, what matters is where we close these candles, right? That's what matters. So we'll see what happens throughout the rest of the day. Let's go to the lower time frames and kind of see what's happening. Yeah, on the 4 hour, things are looking kind of bearish. We had a bit of a double top here on the 4 hour, which caused a complete collapse. But we're sitting on the 200-day SMA on the 4 hour chart, so that's good. But we did have a death cross with the 30-day passing below the 100-day up here. But that's usually, before you panic, that's usually a lagging indicator, which means this death cross represents this crash that's already happened before it, right? So don't freak. It's all good in the hood, right? It's all good in the hood. But we're sitting at the 200-day SMA on the 4-hour. It's good to kind of gauge the lower time frames to see what the general sentiment is on the day. Hourly time frame, same thing, looking kind of bearish on the hourly. So no sign of a reversal yet today. James, what's up, man? Payday tomorrow, DCA, nice. WF Capital, super busy. Got home new gear for the marketing company. Going to get some new content. Got a gimbal and a new rod, wireless pro mic system. Nice, my man. Ricky, no presents under the tree this year unless everything goes back up. Yes, that's right. No one's getting no Christmas gifts. Screw it, right? Cup and handle madness. Cup and handle on which time frame are you looking at, my friend? Which time frame are you looking at? Because right now, I don't see any cup and handle. Oh, are you talking about you're talking about zooming way out, right? Is this what you're talking about? Mm-hmm. Zooming way out on the daily time frame. I see. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Jetpack, what's up, buddy? The future is now. Good afternoon. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. All right, guys, so let's go look at the crypto bubbles. Let's see what's going on out there. A sea of red. Look at that. Mamma mia. Had to get a drink of my tea. There's some good projects, guys, that I think I'm going to start DCAing into at these positions, man. KASPA at 11 cents. Are you kidding me right now? That is a great opportunity, man. A great opportunity. Man, if XEN drops down below 202, I'm probably going to pick some more up. Wow. Some good opportunities. Quant. Holy smokes, down to $109. Quant's a good pickup at these prices, man. Good pickup at these prices. Turbo time. It's turbo time. Do it now. Yeah, there's some good opportunities, guys. I also, guys, if you're interested in figuring out how to operate nodes and stuff like that for passive income, I just dropped an opportunity over on the Patreon about an hour ago for a node operation for a fantastic Web3 gaming play, guys. So definitely get over to the Patreon. You're missing out on passive income opportunities. You could be making free income operating nodes. Alex, yeah, welcome to crypto. Yes, exactly. Welcome. Welcome, my friends. All right, what else do we have? Simply Bitcoin, Jeff Booth. If you try to co-opt Bitcoin, you're the one that gets wiped out. Check it out.
The block size wars was really about the economic power. Who had the most power? Who had the most coins? Who had the most economic power? Just imposing rules on the decentralization to say this is the way it's going to work, and you could argue one of two things. You could say Bitcoin at that time couldn't scale into payments because it sacrificed the payment layer to be decentralized and secure, and it needed to offer payments. And you could take a lens of Roger Ver was right and it needed to do payments, and you could kind of forgive what he's saying, or you could take a view of to do payments, it would, and this is where I am. To do payments, it would in big blocks, it would sacrifice the decentralization because then to run a node to run a node explodes in cost, energy cost to be able to run a node, and only the biggest actors could run nodes, and then the decentralization fails. So at the heart of what I'm saying was the block size wars, and what it proved, and he thinks it was the CIA that integrated Bitcoin, and it failed at that point. And it was exactly the opposite. It was the decentralized nodes that said, no way we're decentralizing this, right? Or no way we're centralizing this. We're not going to let that happen. And that was the fight. And that fight was largely because you had the largest money at the time. And by the way, we're going to play this forward because you're going to see what's going to happen, right? Because you can take a hint of what happened before and see what's going to happen again to your other question. And so the largest economic actors, and Roger Ver at that time, they called him Bitcoin Jesus. He was one of the most influential in that spot, and he just got wiped out by trying to co-opt the network.
Yeah, and even more than that, he also had Jihan Wu on his side, who controlled a vast amount of hash rate, and they still lost.
Yeah, exactly. And so what it proved is all of the power players at the time got wiped out by all of the little guys who wouldn't let the decentralize, who wouldn't let this fail by centralizing it. And this is really important, and it's really important because it proved that if you try to co-opt Bitcoin, you're the one that gets wiped out, right? FTX, same thing. We've seen a whole bunch of it. Every single person who tries to cheat Bitcoin gets wiped out, and it happens over and over and over again. Yep. And why is that? Because there's tens of thousands of nodes like you and me who know this, and there's going to be hundreds of thousands, and there's going to be millions of nodes that know this, and we are not going to allow someone with an economic interest or power to destroy a decentralized and secure protocol. That's why.
You will get wrecked. That is right. What do we got? Dwayne, hey, Rob, after hearing the conversation last night on the live chat for the Patreon members, I want to apologize to you and the members for overly... No, Dwayne, listen, you're misunderstanding, my friend. You have to be able to cut through all the sarcasm and joking around that we do over on the live video calls on the Patreon, my friend. There's definitely no need to apologize, man. It's all good, brother. There's a lot of joking around that happens over there, right? Strange Sky, what's up, brother? What's up, dear? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, what do we got? What else is going on? Oh, yes, we got some bullish news, guys. The bullish news keeps coming. Look, publicly traded company Hut 8 bought 990 Bitcoin for $100 million. And it doesn't stop there, because what else happened? Mara acquired another 15,574 Bitcoin for $1.53 billion, placing their total holdings at 44,394. So while people are panicking, these companies are buying it up, guys. They are buying up Bitcoin like crazy. All right, courtesy Tony Edwards from Thinking Crypto, guys, one of my favorite channels. Simon Mulligan, CEO of Uphold, talks about the growing adoption of stablecoins and Uphold's integration and support to different stablecoins.
So, it's too complex for us to administer rewards on all stablecoins. We very much believe in a multi-chain future. We see a big part of our role as being a bridge so that you can send stablecoin payments irrespective of what network, stripping away all the wires and the complexity. We just make stablecoin payments easily. We currently support 10 stablecoins on 14 networks. By the end of March, it will be on 28 networks. So we think 2025 is really going to be the year of stablecoin adoption for payments. We're seeing a lot of inflow from cross-border remittance companies, cross-border global freelance payment companies, treasury management companies who are adopting blockchain now to move money. And they're coming to us because we can provide a suite of licensing, access to bank rails in 150 countries, and licensing for crypto. I mean, my own opinion is stablecoins are the killer use case for crypto. There's been a wonderful, different pieces of the jigsaw have come together relatively recently.
A lot of stablecoin adoption, guys. I've been saying that CBDCs are not going to happen. You're likely going to see stablecoins be the closest thing. Turbo, guys, their swap is almost up and running. 3 days left to 3 days after launch. XRP Ripple has been added. Oh, check it out. So the swap's already live for Turbo. They've added XRP. XRP is now tradable directly from the Ripple blockchain. XRP ledger on Turbo Swap, fast and secure. There you go, guys. Turbo Swap up and running. You love to see it. Bullish news for Turbo. All right, what else do we got? America will be the crypto capital of the world, according to Eric Trump.
Look at where we are right now in Abu Dhabi. I mean, they're putting billions of dollars into crypto, into kind of digital technologies. And if we don't do it as America, we're going to be left behind. And he wants to make America the crypto capital of the world. He's been very, very clear with that. And I applaud that. I mean, listen, right now, if you live in America, you want to go out and get a home loan, it takes you 90 days. How the hell does it take you 90 days to get a home loan? By then, by the way, the house is already sold. Your dream is gone. Zero chance you're getting it. Why does it? I mean, there is nothing on blockchain that can't be done better, faster, substantially cheaper, not pushing paper. I mean, the banking system that we have around the world, the modern banking system, is antiquated. It's antiquated, and it's just a matter of time before really crypto not only catches up, but just really leaps ahead. And so we're incredibly excited on a lot of fronts, and I think America will be the crypto capital of the world. And I fully support it. My father fully supports it. Our family, is fully embracing it. We believe in DeFi. We believe in CeFi. We believe that's the way of the future. And again, America, better lead the way. Otherwise, we're going to leave a lot behind. The crypto industry doesn't want regulation. That's actually not true. They just want sensible regulation that they can follow, regulation that's crystal clear, that's black and white. And they don't want to see people like Gary Gensler, who was absolutely a disaster for crypto. Everything he could to try and stifle innovation, he would do so. And those people have all been cleared out. And I think they will put together good regulation. I think we will have a clear roadmap, and hopefully the rest of the world follows that. Hopefully we can lead by example, because that's what we should do as Americans.
I love when people reference Gary Gensler, followed by all those people have been cleared out. That's a great feeling, isn't it? That's a great feeling. Funky, something that confuses me is multiple stable coins. If all are one-to-one with the US dollar, then all are the same, right? Yes and no, Funky. That would be similar to saying that every single burger joint in town, McDonald's, Burger King, I don't know, where Wendy's, whatever, because they all make burgers, they're all the same. That would be the same thing, right? They're all worth the same value in terms of being worth $1, but every single stable coin is run by a different company, and the facts and circumstances behind said company determine whether that's all stable coins are the same or not, right? Take Tether, for example, outright refuse for years to get audited. They will not prove that they're backed one-to-one. They won't do it. They've been given many opportunities to do it. They keep coming up with excuses why they shouldn't have to get an audit, right? Where then you have stable coins like Ripple's RLUSD coming in that's going to get a third-party audit every single month to prove that they're backed one-to-one. So how does a company like Tether, who refuses to get an audit, compete in the big picture with a company like RLUSD, who's getting consistent audits by a third party every single month, right? At some point, people say, there's no way I'm putting my money in Tether when they won't prove to me that they're actually backing up my money, right? So Tether is no different than putting your money in a bank account. Your money's not there. They don't have your money in a bank. It's the same thing with Tether. Until they prove otherwise, which they refuse to. Oh, here's what I don't understand. How can Tether, or how is it Tether can say for years and years, better part of a decade, we can't get audited, we're not going to get audited, but RLUSD Ripple can get audited monthly, right? That just makes Tether look even worse. in my opinion. So, Fake Hawk, I keep dumping money, but I'm kind of afraid I lost about 11K in 2 days. You only lost 11K if you sold, my friend. You're just down. These are called growing pains in your investment, brother. It will turn around. Have faith, have patience, be strong. You'll make it, my friend. You will make it. Funky, just saying. I mean, listen, you're down 11K in 2 days. My portfolio is down a couple of $100,000 in the last few days. I don't have a single bead of sweat dropping off my head, man. Just saying the US is a US dollar, so it's different stable coins on different networks. The bonus here. Well, like I said, the bonus lies in whether you can trust the company that is creating minting the stable coin, right? So that's where the difference would come in. Crypto isn't for the weak. Do not sell. John, you are absolutely correct. Selling would be a drastic mistake. Drastic mistake. Yeah, Bitcoin's down at 97. Listen, guys, Bitcoin could fall down to 94. To be honest with you, I think we could see about a $94,000 Bitcoin. I'm not saying it's for sure going to happen. I'm just saying we could see our way down to about 94K. Nicholas, what's up, big dog? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm going to do what I can to take advantage of the situation, though. I'll tell you that much. I will tell you that much. All right, what else do we got? Ash Crypto, why Bitcoin and crypto dumped? The market dumped because of one reason. The Fed turned hawkish. Well, that's one reason. That's not the only reason, though, guys. Listen, this is a combination of things, okay? Now, before we dropped down, when we were at like $105,000, especially over on the Patreon, I was telling everybody that there was a lot of longs that were down at $102,000 and that the market manipulators were likely going to drop the price down there to liquidate those longs. So what happened is that happened. We got those longs that got liquidated. We had a long squeeze. And then you compounded that with what Chair Fed Powell said, dumped the market even harder, right? So it was a combination of things. But he does have the right idea, though. He does have the right idea. It just wasn't the only reason that the market dumped. So, all right, what else do we have? I'm never selling. I just keep buying JASMY, Algo, and Falco. Nice. Those are 3 great projects, man. 3 great projects. Nicholas, get paid tomorrow. I'll scoop a bag. Yes, absolutely. I think I might scoop some up today, man, to be honest with you. The SEC's crypto overreach may face its Supreme Court reckoning. When the SEC launched its crusade against cryptocurrency, it likely didn't expect to face resistance from the federal judiciary system itself. Yet, that's exactly what's happening as federal judges grapple with the SEC's aggressive interpretation of decades-old securities laws. A conflict that may eventually force the Supreme Court to intervene. As the transition of power from Biden to the new administration, Donald Trump, takes place, the SEC may think twice about its ongoing crypto enforcement actions. The battle lines were drawn in the SEC's 2020 lawsuit against blockchain payments company Ripple Labs and its 2 senior executives who operate their business on the XRP blockchain ledger. The commission argued that all sales of XRP digital tokens were unregistered securities offerings in Ripple, as the XRP token itself is an investment contract in all circumstances. It was a bold and very expansive view of the commission's authority under the Securities Act of 1933, written long before decentralized ledgers were ever even conceived. In a landmark ruling, Judge Annalisa Torres, the U.S. Southern District of New York, delivered a significant blow to its view, finding that sales of XRP tokens on public exchanges did not constitute security transactions, despite Torres issuing a $100 million penalty against Ripple about a narrow set of institutional XRP sales tied to the actual investment contracts The SEC has chosen to appeal the district court's core finding on XRP, a decision that may prove strategically unwise. The Southern District of New York has became ground zero for this legal conflict, with two distinguished judges reaching starkly different conclusions. While Judge Torres limited the SEC's reach in Ripple, the Judge Jed S. Rakoff took a remarkably expansive view in the SEC case against Terraform Labs, suggesting that crypto tokens themselves are securities, regardless of how they are sold or by whom. This judicial split has created legal uncertainty that demands resolution by higher courts. The implication of Judge Rakoff's interpretation are far-reaching and potentially devastating for the crypto industry. His reading of the Howey test, the Supreme Court's landmark framework for identifying securities, stretches the doctrine beyond recognition. His logic suggests that because Terraform's work benefited secondary market traders of Luna tokens, those trades constituted securities transactions even when conducted by individuals completely unrelated to Terraform Labs. Following this reasoning, its logical conclusion, Bitcoin itself would be a security simply because Bitcoin's core developers maintain the network while holding the token. This could cast an impossibly wide net, potentially capturing everything from precious metals to airline reward programs with the SEC's jurisdiction. The absence of any limited principle should raise serious concerns among legal scholars and market participants alike. The SEC's appeal of the Ripple decision appears designed to reconcile these conflicting interpretations. However, this strategy could backfire spectacularly. The stark contrast between the judicial interpretations creates precisely the kind of legal uncertainty that ultimately catches the Supreme Court's attention. The Ripple case could become the vehicle for applying the major questions doctrine to cryptocurrency markets, a doctrine that has repeatedly checked federal agencies' attempts to expand their authority without clear congressional mandate. The plot thickens with Coinbase's parallel legal battle against the SEC, where the Third Circuit has expressed pointed skepticism about the agency's stubborn refusal to establish clear rules for crypto trading and listing. During oral arguments, the court appeared troubled by the SEC's paradoxical approach in suing the nation's largest public crypto exchange, claiming authority over crypto assets while simultaneously refusing to provide a viable pathway for compliance. This regulatory obstinance, combined with conflicting district court opinions, creates a perfect storm for Supreme Court intervention. The irony is that the SEC's aggressive strategy may ultimately undermine its own institutional authority. The Howey test has long served as a flexible tool for targeting genuine fraud and protecting investors. But by wielding it as a sledgehammer against legitimate crypto enterprises like Ripple, Coinbase, Kraken, and Uniswap, particularly when there's no clear path to registration, the SEC risks having this vital tool constrained by the Supreme Court's major questions doctrine. It is fitting that the SEC's overreach might lead to its own undoing. By pursuing its appeal in the Ripple case while maintaining its obstinate refusal to provide clear regulatory guidance, the agency may inadvertently invite the Supreme Court to deliver a decisive victory for regulatory clarity, innovative technologies, and the rule of law in the digital age. Given the composition of the current court, it seems likely to significantly curtail the SEC's powers in a permanent way. In this way, the SEC's crypto strategy runs counter to its own long-term institutional interests, potentially sacrificing the flexibility of the Howey test at the altar of the major questions doctrine after a 2024 election and the resounding victory of pro-crypto candidates, it would be wise for the SEC to stop rolling the judicial dice on the institutional integrity when the odds against them are getting so much longer. Yes, I would agree with that 100%. Gary needs to stop. He's continuing to damage his own agency. Long term, never lose. Absolutely. Our timeline has not changed, you guys. Balaclava Man, just DCA threw in another 300. Long term holds, beeps. That's right, baby. What's up, brother? I'm watching and scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. You got to buy the fear, man. You got to buy the fear. If you can't buy the fear, then you got to just put your portfolio away, go touch some grass, go to the gym, watch Home Alone, watch a Christmas movie, something like that, my friend. So yes, that's what I'd recommend. Just if you're scared, just put your portfolio away, right? Buenos dias, fam. Good to see you. What is going on? Crimson Crypto in the house. William, the market is bleeding, and I don't get in at 2.0 whatever. I got in at 2 cents, so all gains are disappearing. You got in at 20 cents. What'd you get in at 20 cents on? You didn't get into JASMY at 20 cents because JASMY hasn't been at 20 cents in years. If you got in at 2 cents, well, then this is an opportunity for you to lower your dollar cost average, your entry point, right? This feels like market manipulation. I know every 2 cents is 50K profits. I know we will be higher soon, so I will buy more. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yo, Lily, what is going on? Funky, 1 cent 97 is my average cost. I'm good with that. That's not a bad average cost, man. D Wellwood, what's up, man? What's up, Rob? DCA is the way. Santa Rally is on the way. I agree. GSD, now new member in the house. Thank you for joining the family, my friend. Thank you for joining the family. Skim Beebles, don't fear the dip. That is one hell of a great way to put it, man. That is one hell of a great way to put it, in my opinion. Can't be shook, man. Can't be shook. All right, what else do we have going on out here? What do we got here? Check this out. My Algorand family. What threat does quantum computing present to cryptocurrency, and how is Algorand prepared for it?
So they announced a process for fabricating or creating a new type of quantum chip. Now, what's interesting is a lot of people came out and they're saying, well, this kind of breaks cryptography and it's scary and we're in a new era. Google haven't created a quantum computer yet that is threatening to modern cryptography like the crypto that's used in Algorand. But there has been a significant breakthrough. I still think it'll be 5, 7, 10 years before we have, I would say, production grade systems that threaten us, but it's a pretty significant breakthrough.
But we are fairly ready for this, right, John? We are fairly ready in terms of like being able to be quantum secure. At least our ledger already is completely quantum secure. So any transaction that's recorded on the ledger, is immutable and will stay immutable even if these quantum computers come online, right?
Yeah, you're quite right, Mark. So our ledger, the history of all the transactions on the chain, the billions of transactions that are in the Algorand blockchain, they are secured by the post-quantum signature scheme that's NIST and soon to be FIPS approved, known as Falcon. It actually stands for Fast Fourier Lattice-Based Signatures over NTRU, but essentially what it uses is mind-bending structures of hypercubes in space in order to deliver a crypto system. And so, yes, this ensures that the history of all transactions on Algorand is secure against any quantum attack that may be coming 10 years down the line. But we still have some work to do, of course. I think we're pioneers in this space. As I look around, all of the blockchains that I admire, none of them have really tackled what we've tackled by ensuring that the ledger is protected. But, we can't just rest there. Quantum is a dangerous thing, and we need to make sure that our accounts, so the private keys and public keys, are also secure. And then finally, some of the magic that gives Algorand its instant finality that everyone, of course, speaks about, the VRF, the verifiable random function, actually the namesake, I guess, of this podcast. We need to move that technology to a quantum proof algorithm. And so that is work that's yet to be done, but hopefully we'll be approaching that over the next year or two.
We will be covering a lot about quantum computing over on the Patreon throughout this entire bear market, guys. A lot of it, right? It is the next wave. Michael Van de Pop, it might be, he says, it might be that this run on BTC is over and we'll consolidate. There is a potential bearish divergence which could become effective. In that sense, we know what's next. Fun time for the altcoins. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. David, time is money. Stay strong. And DCA, absolutely, man. Jay Bond in the house. What's up, buddy? Bought at 3 cents 8. I assume you mean holding strong. Nice. Dropping still. Yep, still dropping, man. These drops are hitting harder than 10 DMX songs, baby. Hey, Rob, did you see that Jemmy? I think it's called present in the AMA with Bybit today. Maybe there is some relation. Not sure what though. Yeah, I actually am. I actually have a video I'll be dropping this afternoon. It's like it's just a video recording the entire AMA, playing out the entire AMA. So I will be dropping that either this afternoon or tonight. If you want to listen to Hara's AMA today, guys, I will be dropping a video on it. So. Rob, as a proud Canadian, how do you feel about Canada becoming the 51st state? Think about it. You can finally vote in our elections. You know what, man? I've had this conversation with my wife over the last 2 weeks. And to be honest with you, I am 100% on board with that. I am 100% on board with that. Yes, let's make it happen, Captain. I am definitely down for that. Our cultures are so entwined anyway, literally, the NHL, MLB, NBA, everything, we're completely entwined anyway as two societies. We might as well, right? Right? We might as well. We can get rid of Trudeau. That would be awesome for us, right? And we'll have Trump leading us. That'd be great. Derek, in the not too distant future, you will wish you were back in these discounts. Yes, exactly. Can XLM go to 10 cents? Can XLM go to 10 cents? That would be quite a fall. I don't think so. Not in this pullback. From 36 cents to 10 cents? No, I don't see it pulling back that far. No. Not in my opinion. All right. What else do we got? Funny how the 5-cent people was sad they didn't buy at these prices, but now at these prices they're too scared to buy. Yeah, exactly. All right, what else do we got? Oh, here we go. We got another video over on Squawk Box. Not sure if the Fed will even get 2 rate cuts off in 2025, says Roger Ferguson.
Economy remains strong, inflation does not continue to move sustainably toward 2%, we can dial back policy restraint more slowly. If the labor market were to weaken unexpectedly, or inflation were to fall more quickly than anticipated, we can ease policy more quickly.
All right, that was Fed Chair Jay Powell yesterday after the central bank cut rates by 25 basis points and signaled that the pace of cuts could slow next year. Joining us right now is former Fed Vice Chairman Roger Ferguson. He's the former president and CEO of TIAA. He now serves as Vice Chairman of the Business Council, and he's a CNBC contributor. And Roger, we've been waiting for you to be our Fed explainer on all of this. It didn't seem to me like what Jay Powell said was anything that was hugely shocking. It was kind of welcome to see a very hawkish version of this, because so many people have said they weren't even sure they should cut rates at all. But it did come as a huge shock to the markets. What do you think of the market's reaction? What do you think of what Jay Powell said, and how should we interpret it?
Well, let me start at the second question, which is I think what he said was absolutely right. He recognized that on a 12-month basis, inflation has been moving sideways for a period of time, and it was therefore time to really change the narrative. So I think what he did was right. Why did it shock the market? Good question. I think the market has gotten itself used to the Fed being very much on a track without actually looking at the underlying data. I'm not sure why they were ignoring the fact that the market was ignoring the fact that inflation was not moving down as quickly as people had hoped. And so, I think this is, the miracle season, the miracle of Hanukkah, the miracle of Christmas. The Fed proved that it was not going to, continue this miraculous approach. And I think they did exactly the right thing, and the market, adjusted appropriately.
Okay, so the idea that the market was not listening to what Fed officials had been saying, had been hinting, are they too reliant on the dot plot, thinking, okay, we're still going to get all these cuts, maybe looking at it? Because I even look at the dot plots now that suggest that there are 2 more cuts coming next year, and I think those are questionable. Maybe we'll see, but I wouldn't be marking that in and betting money on that at this point.
I'm completely with you. I mean, they have attempted to say many times that the dot plots are not a forecast. If the economy unfolds as expected, then perhaps the dot plots will come to be true. And so I think it's very wise to look at them through that lens, and never forget that, while there's the so-called dual mandate, inflation is the most important thing that the Fed has to look at, and they have to be grounded in reality. They were confident that it was moving down, and there are ways to look at it to suggest that it was moving down, but that is clearly stalled. And so I think the market was ignoring the data that were coming in and putting too much weight on, like a type of forward guidance that was already, out of date. And so I'm very much with you. I'm not sure that they're going to get 2 cuts off next year either. We'll see how things unfold.
Roger, we never know if there's a mistake. And it's a really, it's very difficult needle to thread to do everything exactly right all the time, but in the past there have been mistakes. I mean, if they had to take back the 100 basis points that we got, and if the 100 basis points cut is why we stalled in terms of our progress on inflation, because it was too soon. I mean, it's possible, isn't it, that we could get no cuts next year and actually be back to hiking if inflation really if we're underestimating how resilient inflation is, and God forbid, we could still have we could be messing up both sides of the mandate. We could also have a slowing labor market while that's happening.
I think, Jay, Chairman Powell acknowledged in the clip that you played at the very beginning that the possibility to go either way. When asked, about a rate hike next year, I thought he was pretty tentative before saying, that's not the plan. I think there is no, at this stage, there is no pre-cooked playbook that will determine what happens next year. It's going to be incoming data. We have inflation that seems that it's stalled a bit. Labor market that is, imbalanced, but I would not say it's softening dramatically. And frankly, we have an economy that appears to be growing at or slightly above trend. And then a brand new set of policy initiatives. So I think, to your point, it's a formula for either thing occurring depending how the data play out. And as Becky just said, I wouldn't put too much weight on the dot plots at this stage, because
you think we're neutral,
how the
Roger?
economy plays out.
Right now, you think we really are neutral? That means that what we thought was restrictive wasn't as restrictive as we thought.
Well, as I've said to you a few times on the show, the economy has been growing roughly at trend, maybe slightly above. And so that does imply that we are probably closer to neutral maybe than the Fed itself recognized. Right. Then we add to that, in some places, very loose financial conditions. Think about equity markets. That's not the only way to measure it, but certainly there's a still ongoing wealth effect. So I've always been in the camp that we don't know where neutral is, and maybe it's higher than we thought. And perhaps, that's exactly where we are today.
So, Roger, we've got to go, but it sounds to me like you think the market's reaction was appropriate if they were listening to Chairman Powell's message and interpreting it as, well, there may not be more cuts. There's going to be a much slower pace of cuts. And as a result, selling off when it comes to equities and seeing the 10-year yield pick up a bit. Did that surprise you to see the 10-year go above 4.5%?
No, it's all part of the same story, which is, we're not as confident that inflation is coming down. It's moving sideways. Let's price it in. And that means price in slower, fewer Fed cuts and possibly no Fed cuts. So I think the market did the right thing.
That's the thing. Like I said, guys, it wasn't a surprise at all what had happened. So I just, I don't understand why people are surprised. We knew that this was coming. We knew that there would be less rate cuts next year. Tiger says, do you think JASMY can hit 30 cents next year? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Ballot Club Man, hit the like and subscribe, guys. Absolutely. It is the holiday season, guys. Give the gift of subscribing to the channel. It costs you nothing, and it may bring you some good karma with Santa Claus, right? Angelo, 3 cents, 3 range. Yep, buying another 1,000 worth of JASMY, 33,000 coins. I call that a win. I call that a win. 20355. Ty, what's up, man? I'm tired of assuming it's the bottom. It's the bottom every month, it seems, and probably will be another sell-off on Trump's inauguration day. They really want us out of the market. Yes, they do, my friend. You won't be happy with the healthcare system in Canada. From my understanding, if you have money, then the healthcare system in the United States is actually pretty good if you got money. Mohammed, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Good to see you showed up. Awesome to have you here. All right. How could the crypto market behave in the next 2 months after the Fed rate cut? The U.S. Federal Reserve's recent decision to cut interest rates by 25 basis points has spurred optimism in the cryptocurrency market. However, the path forward remains uncertain, influenced by macroeconomic dynamics, institutional behavior, and evolving market sentiment. This article delves into the potential behavior of the crypto market in the next 2 months, addressing key factors shaping the landscape. The Fed's rate cut to target range of 4.25 to 4.50% marks a continuation of its dovish stance aimed at balancing inflation control with economic growth. Historically, rate cuts inject liquidity into the financial system, benefiting risk assets like cryptocurrency. For Bitcoin, which surged immediately following the announcement, this could signal the start of a sustained rally. Short-term drivers, increased liquidity often shifts investor interest towards high-yield assets, including crypto. Institutional participation, evidenced by surging CME Bitcoin futures open interest, underscores market optimism. Potential challenges. While the Fed signals a cautious outlook on future rate cuts, labor market and inflation data could shift sentiment. If macroeconomic uncertainties such as geopolitical tensions or inflationary measures resurface, I don't think they will with Trump coming into office, to be honest with you. Institutional investors play a crucial role in setting market trends. And their behavior in the wake of regulatory changes and market shifts will be pivotal. The U.S. Financial Accounting Standards Board adoption of fair value accounting for digital assets simplifies corporate treasury management. Companies holding Bitcoin can now reflect unrealized gains in net income, making the asset more attractive. The regulatory clarity may lead to increased adoption by institutional treasuries, creating a positive feedback loop for demand. Despite bullish futures activity, the option market skewed towards puts over calls, signaling a preference for hedging over aggressive buying. This cautious stance reflects broader uncertainty about sustainability. The cryptocurrency market is not isolated from broader macroeconomic trends and investor sentiment, both of which could significantly influence its trajectory. Bitcoin and Ethereum futures basis premiums reaching 16.4 indicate bullish sentiment. However, the options market's defensive tone suggests potential volatility. A shift in sentiment driven by positive regulatory developments or institutional news could tilt the balance towards aggressive buying. Global geopolitical tensions, such as the ongoing Israel-Iran conflict, could lead to heightened uncertainty, impacting risk on assets. Inflation and central bank policies remain critical. Should inflationary measures ease, it may bolster confidence in continued monetary easing benefiting crypto. The cryptocurrency market often mirrors Bitcoin's trends, but individual assets may exhibit varied behavior. So not everything stays. Some things break from Bitcoin's price action slightly and then ends up coming back tethered to it. So there's a lot of stuff that could be happening. I don't think there's much in terms of global conflicts that's going to affect crypto, to be honest with you. Once Trump takes office, I'm fairly confident in that. Cat, oh dear, look at Cardano. What's Cardano doing? Let's have a look over at Cardano. Damn, 85 cents. Feel sick, Rob. Hopefully, thoughts. Good evening, all. Cat, I'm not worried in the least bit, to be honest with you. I'm actually a little bit excited. I'm going to be doing a little bit of DCAing today. And I am also looking into some picking up some node operators right now. I actually dropped some information, an opportunity over on the Patreon about an hour and a half ago about how you can get into a specific project's nodes, how you can get into it right now. It's an amazing Web3 gaming play. So, yeah, we do that over there on the Patreon. We drop nodes and stuff. So, see, I'm always into something, man. Like, if the market's dumping and stuff, guess what? Boom, I'm looking at some opportunities to pick up some nodes and stuff like that. How can I make some money, right? That's what we do, baby. That's what we do. X marks the spot. Yo, ho, ho. What's going on? E. What up, Crypto Future? Rue Crypto Underdog fam in the house. Nice. I try and post as many of your lives in Crypto Rue announcement section in the Telegram. What you do a great job. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I know Rue and Underdog also do as well, man. Fantastic. Fantastic. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, market's kind of red right now, guys. Market's kind of red. All right, what else do we have? Got a video here from Bloomberg TV. Double Line Capital portfolio manager discusses the market reaction to the Federal Reserve officials lowering their benchmark interest rate for the third consecutive time.
Is not just the equity market showing extreme moves. We saw extreme moves in the bond market with the 2-year yield rising the most since at least October, and a 10-year yield having its biggest reaction to a Fed day in at least 4.5 years.
Yeah, I like to not look too much into the price action on Fed day because you have a lot of positioning going in and people have to unwind their hedges and their longs. But, the Fed did what the market was pricing in. The market was pricing in going in today, almost 100% probability of a rate cut today, and then 2 more next year, 1 in the summer and 1 towards the end of the year. So it's kind of funny that you get such big moves when the market gets what it's priced in.
Right, Ken. So here's my big question. Do you buy the dip? My profound question.
Yeah, look, I think equities were very overvalued going into today. You've had a huge run. You saw breadth in the equity market start to deteriorate over the last couple of weeks. I saw strategists put out that it was the worst breadth in 11 trading days in the last 100 years yesterday morning, where most stocks were down and the Mag 7 was kind of holding the market up. So I'm not surprised we're seeing a correction in the equity markets. The bond market, we've seen this level before. In fact, we've seen worse than this. We saw 470 on the 10-year earlier this year. So we're just retesting the 450 level on the 10-year. It's a pretty critical point. We'll see if we get some buy the dip here. I think this does give investors a chance that want to add a little bit more interest rate risk or duration of the portfolio to take a bite of the apple here at this 450 area.
How contentious will the debate be in 2025? I mean, the first question in the press conference was, why cut today if there's such a cautious outlook for future rate cuts for elevated inflation? And Jay Powell admitted today was a closer call. That suggests that next year it's going to be, a raging debate.
I think there is just, as you say, there's a lot of unknowns, and they have wanted to normalize policy today. As he noted himself, they're 100 basis points closer to the neutral in the rate. They don't know exactly what the neutral rate is, but at least they've made this move this year. And by pushing back next year's cuts to the middle of next year and the end of next year, that gives them a lot of time to get data in to help decide how they need to proceed. So they've just given themselves optionality. And the market doesn't like that. The market doesn't like that uncertainty.
Martin certainly doesn't like that uncertainty, and you're seeing that reflected on the screen. Just for our viewers, stocks continue to hit session lows. Bitcoin down 5%. The VIX now above 22. And Ken, I pose this question back to you. When it comes to uncertainty and maybe the potential for volatility going forward, how much should we make of the lack of consensus around this meeting? I know we have to wait a few weeks to see the minutes here, but you're going into 2025 with policymakers clearly divided. That's clearly evident in the dot plot. No one seems to really know what the Fed should do next.
I think a lot of it has to do with the change in the incoming administration. There's so much uncertainty around what they're going to do fiscally, what are they going to do with tariffs, what's that going to mean for inflation. So it's not surprising to see so much dissent between the members. But time is on their side now. Credit spreads have come in while equities are down today. They're clearly near all-time highs. So I think the credit markets have loosened up, financial conditions that have improved, companies can borrow, even people in the real estate market can borrow again. So they're getting what they need for economic growth. They're just worried about a re-acceleration in inflation now.
So if that's the case, what do you do in the bond market and the long end in particular?
Yeah, we like being underweight the long end. I mean, maybe not right quite the second after this big sell-off. I wouldn't be selling into today's pressure, but the fiscal risks are out there. There's a lot of talk about what's the right term premium. Is there going to be more bond issuance in the future? So generally speaking, we don't really like ultra long end exposure. And when I say that, I mean things like 30-year treasuries. But you can still put together a very attractive intermediate term or shorter term bond portfolio. And with this rise in the base rate, you can buy some credit assets, put them together and get about a 6 to 7% yield. That's on par with long run equity returns. And that's positive real return after inflation expectations today.
Ken, based on what you heard today, what data point becomes the most important now going forward?
Well, I think it's a mix. I think inflation is obviously going to continue to be important, but they're closely watching the job market. That's what they were most concerned about. They've been recently alleviated with stronger jobs report in November. So I think they had stopped really looking at inflation so much, thinking that they had won that battle, and really they just needed to save the labor market. But now I think both those two things have reared their heads back into their minds.
Nice. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to be as bad as people are anticipating, though, going into next year. Just because they said they want to wait till the middle of next year to decide whether they want to cut rates doesn't mean that they're going to. They're not going to cut any, right? Big news for Gala holders, guys. Gala now listed on LCX Exchange. Very nice. Good news for Gala. Also, a little bit of news for Beebs, a little bit of KASPA news. Great news. The International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications lists KASPA as nominated for the most exciting DeFi solution category 2025. They offer public and private developers and users of DLT and Global Forum to interact with regulators and policymakers to bring blockchain technology to the stage. Very bullish for KASPA, guys. You love to see that. Love to see some KASPA bullish news. All right, let's go have a look at Bitcoin continuing to bleed. Boom, check that out. Jay Powell's popping a squat on your bags, baby. Kat, Rob, I don't know how to do Patreon. Kat, the link to the Patreon is right below your comment, right below it. You can jump over there. The link is there for you to join. We'd love to have you in our group. We do group video calls every evening where we sit down and we chat about all things crypto. So definitely get over there. We'd love to have you over there. Anthony, thoughts on XCN? Anthony, this is the largest XCN content channel on YouTube, my friend. You were definitely in the right place for Onyx Coin. We have an Onyx Coin XCN ambassador on the channel every Sunday. Wes and I do a live stream, 8 p.m. Central. So you're definitely in the right place. There is no channel on YouTube that covers Onyx Coin more than we do. So don't you feel when they talk about 6 or 7% return per year on equities and then make it crypto? Though, yes, exactly. Exactly. No problem, Kat. No problem. It'll be wonderful to see you over there. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, listen, that's the chat. That's the stream. Guys, if you're feeling down, put your portfolio away. Put it away. Go to the gym. Put on watch a Harry Potter marathon or something, right? Spend some time with the kids. Don't even think about it, right? Our timeline, here's what you need to understand. Our timeline has not changed for when we're exiting the market, right? Nothing has changed. So if you're not buying today, put your portfolio away, go touch grass, right? Like I said, watch some TV, whatever it is that you got to do. Watch some Harry Potter, listen to some Britney Spears, go to the gym. I don't know, whatever it is. You do you, boo-boo, okay? But put your portfolio away. Forget about it. It's not a big deal. It's fine. It's fine, right? Everything's going to recover, and you'll be good. So do not fret, my pet. Anthony, subscribing for more XCN content right now. Definitely would love to know more. Absolutely, Anthony. Make sure you're here on Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. Central Canada time. Wes is here. He's an ambassador for Onyx Coin, and we do a live stream. You can ask all the questions you want directly to Wes and myself, and we will give you all the answers that we have for Onyx Coin, man. So welcome to the family, my friend. All right, guys, so that's the stream. That's the chat. I will be live tonight at 8 p.m. Central. I will be live on the Patreon as well a little bit later, guys. I just dropped a node opportunity over there. If you want to get in on that, make some passive income, guys, go check that out. Otherwise, you can schedule one-on-one coaching sessions with me over there. We can help you devise an exit strategy, a profit-taking plan so that you can exit this market with your profits intact. So I will see you guys over on the Patreon. The link is in the chat. It's in the pinned comments. It's in the description. You can't miss it. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. And I will see you guys in the next one.